Imagine this, a powerful CEO, the kind of man everyone sees in the headlines, the one who seems to have it all, but behind the walls of his glass office, his life isn't as perfect as the world believes. He's not just a businessman. He's a father. A single dad, raising a little girl who has become the center of his universe. And one day, a decision he makes just for show, just to survive a single evening, ends up changing his life in the most unexpected way. If you're ready for a story that will move your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, because what happens here might just stay with you long after the story ends. Nathan Cole had built an empire brick by brick, deal by deal, never showing weakness, never slowing down. People admired his drive, his brilliance, his sharp presence. But behind closed doors, his most important title wasn't CEO. It was Dad. His daughter, Emily, a 7-year-old with curious eyes and an untamed laugh, was his world. She was the reason he woke up each morning. She was also the reason he struggled, because balancing corporate wars with bedtime stories wasn't easy. When Nathan received an invitation to a high-profile corporate party, he felt that familiar knot in his stomach. It wasn't just any party. It was the kind where reputations were made, where business partners judged not only your suit but your family life. And Nathan, standing alone, knew the whispers would start again. Single dad. Can't keep a family together. Too focused on work. He couldn't let them see him vulnerable. Not this time. That's when he made a decision. Just for one night, he'd hire someone. A woman to stand by his side, smile at the right moments, pretend to be his partner. Nothing more. Nothing emotional. Just business. He wasn't prepared for Lily. She wasn't like the polished, scripted women he'd seen at events. She wasn't trying to impress. She had warmth in her voice, kindness in her eyes, and when she smiled, it wasn't rehearsed, it was real. Emily met her the moment she came to their home before the event, and in that instant, something shifted. Emily, who was usually shy around strangers, reached for Lily's hand as if they had known each other forever. At the party, Nathan was surprised. Lily didn't just play the part, she owned it. She made small talk flow effortlessly, charmed his colleagues, and laughed with him in a way that didn't feel staged. But what struck him most was how she treated Emily afterward, when the event was over. She knelt to Emily's height, asked about her drawings, and listened like every word mattered. Nathan hadn't seen anyone do that in a long time. What was supposed to be one night stretched into a question Nathan hadn't expected. The next morning, as Nathan prepared Emily's breakfast, Emily looked up at him with those wide, innocent eyes and asked, "Daddy, can she stay forever?" The words shook him. For years, Nathan had locked his heart away, focusing only on Emily. He couldn't risk letting someone in, couldn't risk another heartbreak, for him or for his daughter. Yet here was his little girl, asking for something simple, something Nathan wasn't sure he could give. Days turned into weeks. Lily didn't disappear after the party. She checked in, offered to help with Emily, and soon became part of their routine. She brought laughter back into their home, cooked dinner with them, helped Emily with her school projects. Nathan began to notice small things, how Lily never made him feel judged, how she listened when he finally spoke about his late wife, how she reminded him it was okay to be strong and broken at the same time. But challenges rose too. Nathan's board members whispered about his unprofessional entanglement. Friends cautioned him not to blur lines. And Nathan himself, he battled guilt. Was he moving on too fast? Was he being selfish for wanting Lily to stay, not just for Emily's sake, but for his own lonely heart? The breaking point came one evening when Nathan worked late again. Emily had been waiting all day to show him the castle she built from cardboard boxes. By the time he arrived, she was asleep on the couch, tears dried on her cheeks. Lily sat nearby, holding Emily's hand. She looked at Nathan, not with anger, but with quiet disappointment. And in that silence, Nathan realized something. He wasn't just risking his daughter's happiness by keeping Lily at arm's length. He was risking his own chance at living again. So he made a choice. Not with grand speeches, not with perfect timing, but in the simple way that mattered most. He sat with Emily the next morning, brushed her hair, and said, "Sweetheart, remember when you asked me if she could stay forever? Maybe we should ask her together." That evening, over dinner, Emily looked up at Lily with her bright smile and said, "Can you please stay with us, forever?" And Nathan, heart racing, added softly, "I'd like that too." Tears welled up in Lily's eyes. It wasn't about contracts or arrangements anymore. It was about a broken man and his little girl finding the missing piece of their family. From that day forward, their house wasn't just filled with schedules and responsibilities. It was filled with laughter, burnt pancakes on Sunday mornings, late-night movie marathons, and a love that healed old wounds. And the lesson Nathan learned? Sometimes, life gives you what you need when you least expect it. Sometimes, the family you dream of doesn't come from plans or perfection, it comes from opening your heart again. So if you're listening right now, remember this: love has a way of finding us when we stop hiding. If this story touched you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. For more stories that remind us all, no matter how broken we feel, that love always has the power to make us whole again.